Few artists match Freddie Mercury's vibrant personality and global success. He is seen as one of the greatest singers in rock history. His amazing voice was so unique that it was easily recognizable on the radio. This made it hard for fans to believe he had hidden secrets, especially since his life was so public. However, the truth is that Freddie did have secrets, and you might be surprised to discover what they were. Freddie became popular, but many fans didn't know he was Indian, and he seemed to prefer it that way. Those close to him noticed he spoke about his background negatively. A friend said he clearly didn't want to discuss it. He mainly talked about his life in England and expressed happiness that they had moved there. Freddie's parents, Bomi and Jair Bulsara, were both born in Gujarat, India. Freddie was born as Farrokh Bulsara, and his sister's name is Kashmira Bulsara. They grew up in Zanzibar, which is now part of Tanzania. Back in 1946, Zanzibar was a British protectorate. Freddie's parents, Bomi and Jair Bulsara, moved there so Bomi could keep working as a cashier at the British Colonial Office. Since Zanzibar was a British protectorate, Freddie was registered as a UK citizen. Eventually, the family had to move back to India. They first stopped in Zanzibar during the revolution and social unrest. Freddie went to a boys' boarding school in Bombay, where he continued his education and started to play the piano. This school was very important because it was where he discovered his love for music. When he was 12 years old, a friend remembered that Freddie had a special skill. He could listen to the radio and play back the music he heard. Piano, so he formed a school band that he named the Hectics, which was able to produce covers of rock and roll artists such as Cliff Richard and Little Richard. The honest truth was that Freddie only listened to Western pop music. This was the only music he listened to and played in line with the musical role models he looked up to. He chose to be known by the English name Freddie. His family soon left India to move to Fulham, just outside London. They would change their home once again when they moved Int. Freddie went to Eorth Polytechnic in West London to study art. Then he attended a different art college to study graphic art and design, where he graduated with a diploma. His friends believed he was just waiting to focus on music. One friend remembered that even before joining a band, Freddie would say, "I'm going to be a pop star," and his strong belief sometimes surprised people. People questioned if he was just dreaming. After graduating, instead of looking for a job to use his degree, Freddie joined bands. He first played with a Liverpool band called IEX, later renamed Wreckage, which performed heavy blues music inspired by Jimi Hendrix. When that band didn't succeed, he joined another band called Sour Milk Sea in Oxford, but eventually that band also fell apart. While trying to be a singer, Freddie kept going. Freddie did various odd jobs in and around London. He sold secondhand clothes and worked as an airport porter to make ends meet. He lived in different places, from a flat above the Dovedale Towers to a pub in Liverpool's Mossley Hill area, but this didn't bother him. Sometimes he was a quiet and shy guy interested in music, while other times people saw him as just a fun friend because of his colorful personality. Even though he hadn't achieved the breakthrough he wanted, he kept going. He sang in bands across London until one either broke up or he decided to leave. During a time when he was not in a band, he discovered that his two best friends, Brian May and Roger Taylor, were also without a band. The timing felt perfect, almost like it was meant to be. Freddie had spent time going to his friends' shows and always wanted to perform with them. Likewise, Brian and Roger had come to see Freddie perform. By the end of the show, they all realized their shared interest in playing together. For the first time, they all performed together on stage in Liverpool. This was the collaboration everyone had been waiting for, even if they didn't realize it at the time. Freddie quickly invited them to join him to create a new band. The guys didn't hesitate, and the band was formed. Brian was a skilled guitarist, Roger was a great drummer, and Freddie had a distinctive voice. He also played the piano and could read music. Brian and Roger suggested the name The Grand Dance for the band, but Freddie proposed using Queen. Brian and Roger liked Queen because it was clearer. During this time, Freddie felt he could be himself with his friends in the new band, so he decided to change his name. Since he was a Virgo, he chose Mercury, his ruling planet, and left behind his old name, Farrokh Bulsara. On June 22, 1970, the English singer Freddie Mercury performed with his band Queen for the first time at Truro City Hall. Interestingly, it wasn't their scheduled gig. Roger Taylor's mom had arranged for his former band to perform at a charity event, but when Roger left that band, he didn't want to disappoint her. So he asked Queen to play instead. They wanted to make a good impression and looked for a bassist to complete their band. The next year, Brian and Roger went to a disco at Maria Assumpta Teaching Training College, where they met John Deacon. They introduced themselves and said they were searching for a bass player. John agreed to try out with them and their lead singer. This completed the band, and soon after, Queen was formed. They signed with EMI Records and Electro Records, and their first album, Queen, was released. Many people still consider it one of the best debut albums in rock music history. The members of the band worked well together like a music-producing machine. Freddie had a remarkable voice that could reach nearly 4 octaves, which caught people's attention. Spanish soprano Montserrat Caballé praised Freddie's uniqueness compared to other rock stars of that time. She noted that while other stars focused on their image, Freddie showcased his incredible voice. Caballé explained this in a way that showed she had closely studied Freddie's singing talent. She praised his incredible singing technique. He had perfect timing and rhythm, and his voice moved smoothly between different ranges. He also had great musical skill, with his phrasing varying from soft and sweet to powerful and energetic. He expressed emotions nicely with every word. This high praise came from La Superba, which means the superb one, a title often given to Montserrat Caballé, who is recognized worldwide. Freddie's singing was captivating, and his band's amazing performance made it even better. This is what made them great together. Even when Freddie wanted to start a solo career, he still cared deeply about his band. He saw them as family and had no intention of leaving. He just needed to explore different styles and deeper music that he thought his 3 friends might not share his interest in. Freddie wasn't excited about people working on something they didn't believe in. In 1985, he released his first solo album, Mr. Bad Guy, which showed off his unique personality. He thanked his Queen bandmates for letting him do his own thing. It's important to note that all the band members contributed equally to their great songs. The group always made decisions together, giving everyone a chance to speak up. A report highlights the respect and teamwork among the members when making music. Each of the 4 members wrote hit songs for the band, showcasing their great writing skills. Freddie stood out for his ability to mix different musical styles, creating some of Queen's best songs, including Bohemian Rhapsody. The song Unforgettable was released in 1975 and topped the UK charts for 9 weeks. You might think it almost didn't get released because of its long operatic style. However, Freddie believed it would be a big hit. Queen's success came not just from catchy and unique songs, but also from their vibrant and bold personalities, especially Freddie's. Freddie and the band were great at using the stage, making their performances exciting for fans. When they started playing, their music filled the whole arena, whether it held 800, 0 people or 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0 in Sao Paulo. They helped create what we now call stadium rock, drawing in huge crowds with their energetic shows. They also became well known for their performances. They were key innovators in pop videos because they had a large collection of 3 to 4 minute clips that kept growing over time. Their exciting stage presence helped them achieve great success worldwide, especially after their unforgettable performance at Live Aid, which was seen by about 1 million people. 9 billion people from 150 countries watched the live broadcast, which is about 40% of the world's population. That's a massive number. But for Freddie, it didn't bother him at all. He just felt relaxed in front of the crowd. He took charge of the stage and even interacted with the audience, which was impressive. Someone noted that no one will ever match Freddie's talent and showmanship. You can find videos of that amazing performance on social media with comments praising it. A while ago, England had a different queen. Freddie had the crowd completely in control. He could stop singing and let the audience take over anytime he wanted, which showed his power. One person at the concert said all the performers were great, but the one who impressed her the most was Queen, especially when they played We Will Rock You. She thought the stadium might actually collapse from everyone stomping their feet. She mentioned that she wasn't a big Queen fan before, but after that experience, she became one. Their biggest fans performed their popular songs, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions, and We Will Rock You. These performances featured great guitar playing, Freddie's amazing singing, and the enthusiastic crowd. After 21 minutes, Queen became rock legends, and Freddie became one of the world's most famous rock stars. Just when you think it couldn't get better, there's another surprise. Freddie's first major project outside of Queen was with Dave Clark for recording in London's West End. The following year, he fulfilled a major dream by recording a song called Barcelona with the famous opera singer Montserrat Caballé. This song became an anthem for her city and was used in the 1992 Olympics. Freddie then went back to the studio to record Innuendo with Queen. While his career was well known, his personal life was more private. He didn't often give interviews, and one big secret was that he was actually very shy, which fame did not change. The unclear information in interviews led to the media creating various rumors about his sexual orientation and his long affair with Mary Austin. Later, it was revealed that Freddie was attracted to men after a relationship with a record executive. He also had casual relationships and visited gay bathhouses in New York. Eventually, he settled down with a male hairdresser named Jim Hutton, and they spent the rest of their lives together. Privacy became a controversial issue, and Freddie's relationship with his father, Bomi Busara, was often targeted by tabloids after he became famous. Freddie kept some distance from his family, which led people to think there was conflict. However, his relationship with his father was complicated and not as well known as his relationship with his mother, Jolara. In several interviews, Freddie expressed some concerns about his father's opinions. Although he respected his father, he didn't feel as close to him as he did to his mother. This might be because his mother supported his dreams of being an artist, while his father, who was more traditional, wanted him to pursue a different path. As Freddie became more successful, his relationship with his father got more strained and distant. Brian once mentioned that it was probably hard for Freddie's father, who was very dedicated to his faith, to accept this. Freddie chose to follow a unique path as a rock musician, and he received support throughout his career. Jur was a loyal fan who always came to see our band perform, showing great enthusiasm. However, nothing compared to the shocking news that came out on November 23, 1991. The Sun published a story titled "The Sad Face of Freddie Mercury," featuring a photo of him looking tired and unwell after leaving a doctor's office. Fans were deeply affected by this revelation. There were concerns when it was reported that he secretly went to a doctor in New York City to check a white spot on his tongue weeks before Queen's last performance with him on Saturday Night Live in '82. His declining health had kept him away from the public since Queen's last concert in 1986, so fans were unaware of his situation. He and the band rarely did interviews, and his family stayed out of the spotlight, leading to rumors that Freddie had been diagnosed with a serious illness. Aides and his close friends denied the media's claims. The media tried to uncover the truth, even by staying outside Freddie's house. On November 23rd, Freddie made a statement confirming that he had tested HIV positive and had AIDS. Fans were shocked, and some couldn't believe it. Many wondered why he chose to keep this private, to which he explained that he wanted to protect the privacy of those close to him. "It's time for my friends and fans to learn the truth. I hope everyone will join me, my doctors, and others around the world in the fight against this terrible disease. My privacy has always been important to me, and I'm known for not doing many interviews. Please understand that this will not change." However, on November 24th, he lost his battle against the disease. Greatest rock stars had closed his eyes for the final time, and the world was silent. He had a big ceremony held by a Zoroastrian priest. As his parents were Zoroastrians, the ceremony was attended by the band members and Elton John, among others. Freddie was cremated at Kennel Green Cemetery, and the whereabouts of his ashes are unknown today. Out of his fortune, he left half of it to Mary Austin, and the rest was divided among the people closest to him and his family, musicians, and fans from all over the world paid their respects at the Freddie Fee. A year after Freddie Mercury died, a tribute concert was held at Wembley Stadium. The money raised was used to create the Mercury Phoenix Trust, an AIDS charity in his memory. It's remarkable that, despite his fame, Freddie and those around him kept one of his biggest secrets until just before he passed away. Regardless, Freddie Mercury will always be a rock legend.